Hi you guys, I'm back. I know it's been a minute, there's been a lot going on. Yeah, so let's just jump right in. I wanted to do a video on anxiety and kind of like keeping a good positive mindset, because I feel like a lot of people always tell me like, you're so positive, like so many bad things have happened to you or so many things have happened and you just keep like a good mindset, and I never see you, you know, mad or upset or whatever. But the truth is, like, I'm human. I do get anxiety once in a while. I used to suffer with it really bad after being sick, and I just kind of want to give you guys some tips on things that I've used that have really helped me. So I think we have 8 things that we're going to talk about. So the first one, I'm just going to kind of dive into a little bit on anxiety and like how I've dealt with anxiety and like when it started. Because it started for me, I would say, when I had got sick, when I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and they had me on all of these different medications. And the medications such as like antibiotics, steroids, immunosuppressants, they take a toll on our bodies as far as like the nerve system. So I noticed that I was like really getting what is known as, I guess, anxiety really bad. So if you are not familiar with anxiety, then that's a good thing. But you know, this also can tie into stress and ways to kind of like relieve or calm your stress, or just to keep a good mental positive mind state. So getting into it, anxiety for me, I know for everybody it's different, but for me it feels like I've had different kinds. I start doubting myself. It almost feels like really depressive. That's why a lot of things are also tied in with like anxiety and depression. And during my TSW, or you know, steroid withdrawal, I did have some depression as well. It's an uncontrollable feeling, and you know, breathing, people tell you to like do breathing methods and stuff like that. And I mean, maybe for some people it helps, but like in the moment when you're just really going through it, it's hard to honestly like be present and just focus on yourself and knowing that everything's gonna be okay. It's actually really hard to calm yourself back down. So there are some things that I feel like really helped me, but overall, here are just like 8 steps to just kind of keep an overall good positive mindset during the day. And I do a lot of these things on a daily basis. So yeah, let's get into it. So number 1, I always keep a gratitude journal. Now, I've been doing this since last year, since right before I moved to Bali, and I was doing it daily, and then some days I would forget that, like I would go on and off for a while, but right after, like right before I went to Bali, which was January of 2019, I kept it daily. Like every day I wrote in the journal, like it was something that I did every day, and it's a gratitude journal. So I'm basically writing down and focusing on things that I am thankful for, things that I am grateful for. So I have like a kind of outline for myself now that I've been doing it for a while, but I write down just like whatever comes to my mind, kind of like a free writing of just all the things that I'm grateful for, the people that I'm grateful for, things that I can't wait to look forward to, and just a lot of my blessings. And sometimes I even write it as a form of prayer. So I will also like pray for people in my gratitude journal. So I mean, whatever your spiritual background is, you know, you can write whatever else you want in here, but I feel like this is my time also to have a connection with God or the light or the universe, however you call it. And I, like I said, I think of people and I write things in there and pray for them as well. People that are close to me, people that I may have trouble with, just anything. And I feel like it really helps me release and let everything go. But it's a great way to focus on the good and to like kind of let go of the bad and really see that like there are amazing things constantly happening in your life and you truly are blessed. So the next thing that I do, number 2, is I meditate daily. So this one I had to kind of get into the groove of, because I just didn't, I wanted to do it daily, but I found myself kind of pushing it off to the side. And honestly, like I shouldn't have, because meditating is so important, and I've been doing it like way more consecutively now. There'll be a day here or there that I'll miss, but now I've gotten into the habit of like right after I do my writing in my journal, then I'll meditate, or vice versa. And so they kind of go hand in hand together, and I just feel like it really calms my mind, and it also, I feel like, attracts this energy of like purpose and passion within my life, and it also like I feel like it's a way for spirit or God or the universe to speak to me, because I get these like visions and I get ideas while I meditate. And you know, sometimes I'll do guided meditation, sometimes I'll do it in silence, sometimes I'll just do like pure like meditation music, and it's really up to you. I'll leave you a few links down below of like things that I use on YouTube to listen to as far as like guided meditation. I feel like if you're just beginning, guided meditation is a lot easier, otherwise your brain is just gonna be going a little crazy. Number 3, every day, I do this every day, I listen or I read a book that is like self-help, healing, something that is motivating. And this, oh my gosh, had been a game changer for me, especially when I was in Bali too. You know, there's a lot of times where I was like alone and by myself, and so I'm not connecting with people as much, and so I felt like it was a way to really just like pour into me all of this enlightenment and to keep me positive, which also had an effect on others around me or people I'd meet. And so one way that I kind of keep this going every day is I have this app, and this is not sponsored, but I love this app, and it's called, I think, Scribd, SCRIBD, and it's an app, and it's $8.99 a month, and it's like unlimited books and audiobooks. So for me, audiobooks are amazing because I'm constantly doing stuff, like whether it be running errands, whether it be working out, whether it be doing the dishes, whether it be cooking, and I love to listen to something while I am like something inspiring or spiritual or guiding or purposeful, instead of music sometimes, because I'm in love with music. As many of you know, I do music as well, and music was like my first love. But you know, sometimes music can kind of make you think about things or the past or things that you shouldn't be thinking about, especially if you're not in a good mental space. So listening to the audiobooks really just kept me in a good mental place, and that's why I do it daily. And then I also, you know, have actual regular books, like handheld books, or on the same app they also have like books you can read on your computer or your tablet or on your phone as well, which I do also because not all the books that I'm looking for are available in audiobooks, but there's just so many audiobooks, and like I said, it's unlimited, and so that's what's like even more better than Audible, because I had tried Audible a long time ago and I was just like, I'm paying like $15 basically for each book, I might as well just buy the actual book, whereas this is like $8.99, so $9 for unlimited. And I literally like was in heaven when I found out about this, because I'm such a geek when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I really advise you guys, if you're looking for something to kind of go to as far as like, you know, listening to something inspiring, like I'm telling you, get that app. It has changed my life. So number 4, obviously you guys have heard me talk about this one. You're probably like, Michaela, shut up about the celery juice. But the celery juice helped me so much, and it still does. I drink it every day. I drink 32 ounces a day. I don't miss a day, because I feel like if I don't miss a day, I feel like I'm missing something. So I drink it every day on an empty stomach. And this though, really for those of you that suffer with anxiety, really helps with anxiety. The anxiety literally shut off like that. It's the only thing that had an effect on me instantly. The other things that I'm gonna mention, they, as far as anxiety goes, they totally have an effect on me, but it wasn't as instant as this. So literally, like I remember the last time I had gotten really bad anxiety, and it was just pounding through my chest, and I just felt like I actually like had a breakdown. I started crying. I just didn't even know how to feel. Like it was really scary to kind of be in that state, to not even understand like what's happening to yourself. You don't even know where this comes from. It's just like your nerves feel out of whack. It just doesn't feel good. And I know, like I said, people have different forms of anxiety, but that's one of the ways that it kind of hits me sometimes. But literally I remember the last time it was really bad, and this was like probably over a year ago. And I made some celery juice, and as I went for a walk and I was drinking the celery juice, and literally right when it hit my stomach, it calmed me. Like just a calming sensation came over my body, and I was just like, this is crazy, because celery juice is obviously like good for many other things too, and you guys know because I've talked about it in all my other videos. So definitely get on that. Now I drink 32 ounces. If you're just starting, you need to at least drink 16 ounces, and it has to be by itself. You can't add any lemon, you can't add any ginger, because all of that stuff affects the potency of the celery juice. So I usually make it, like I said, on an empty stomach, and I also drink it right after I make it because you don't want it to oxidize. Let's go on to number 5. So number 5, lemon balm. Lemon balm is an herb, and it is really good for beating down viruses in the body. And so a lot of times you may have anxiety due to a viral load in the body, and also to, like I said, to some nerve damage. Now, if you suffer from any chronic illness, you're dealing with a viral load. And for me, you know, I was in the past suffering from ulcerative colitis, which I no longer have any issues from. But the lemon balm, I feel like, has helped also a lot. Now, I've been taking it for a little over a year, and I take it daily, and I feel like it's helped tremendously. Like I said, I don't really get anxiety much anymore. I'll have it like a little, like recently I actually experienced it because I ran out of lemon balm, and I started kind of feeling it a little bit. Not as bad as it used to be. That's how I know it's gotten better over the years. But I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go get some lemon balm. So I actually have some right here, and it comes in this little bottle. You can't see it, but I'll leave a link below for the website that I get it on, but you can also get it on Amazon as well. But it was only $8, and it lasts for like the month, and I do 1 dropper full in the morning and 1 dropper full at night, and I just put it in a little bit of like my juice, or I put it in my smoothie, and it doesn't taste bad at all. And that really, I don't know, but it calms my nerves. It's not directly instant, but I can feel it within that day. So yeah, definitely get some of that. And I've actually recommended that to other people, and they've noticed a huge difference in it as well. So definitely, I'm telling you, it works. Number 6, this is a big one. Now this one is also something you won't notice automatically, but working out daily. So I've been working out daily now, sheesh, probably for this whole year. I've been working out daily, but I've been going hard ever since I came back in April, and I work out daily hard, like meaning like I'm making sure I'm sweating. And it's really important that you sweat when you're working out, because that means your lymphatic system is actually working and it's purging toxins. If you're not sweating, then that means your lymphatic system is actually clogged or stagnant. That's not good, because that leaves room for viruses and bacteria to start to affect different parts of your organs, which causes illnesses and autoimmune diseases and cancers and cysts and all these other things. So working out daily, it also like tires out that anxiousness in the body. Like I said, it really purges the body. So for me, working out in the beginning, all of my muscles were depleted from the steroids that I had taken. Like literally my muscles had withered away. And so I had to like really build my body back from ground zero, you guys. My muscles, I never thought that I would feel so weak, because I had been like an athlete growing up throughout the years. You know, I've always had like a pretty athletic figure, and it usually was easy for me to kind of like bounce back from, you know, not being as like athletic, or just not like maybe not working out as often, and I could start working out and I would bounce back really quick. My muscles would just like go right back into like how they used to be. But after, you know, the most recent time years ago that I got sick, you know, it took me some time to really get back into working out, because my skin was so bad from the pharmaceuticals. So I had to start off with like doing rebounding, and rebounding is basically jumping on a trampoline, and what it does is it really helps the lymph system move, and while you're in the air and jumping up and down, it creates this like G-force that allows the lymphatic valves to open and close, and this helps the body move the lymphatic fluid that flows throughout your whole body, which pushes bacteria and viruses and excrete them out of the body. So it was super important to do that. So I do that 30 minutes a day. And the good thing about the rebounding is it's not a hard like excess force on your legs or on your body, so you can actually do it without working up too much of a sweat, just if you want your body to just be moving, getting that lymphatic system moving. But I actually do a lot of like vigorous workouts on the trampoline, or the mini trampoline, which is also called a rebounder, because I'm trying to sweat and I'm trying to like really work my body now that I'm in a much healthier state. but it's kind of cool because you have the option to kind of do a light workout, or you can go hard if you want to not be going hard, you know. So with all that said, I work out every day at least 30 minutes. So like if I don't have a lot of time, I have to do the rebounding. Like this is something I work out every day as if it's like me brushing my teeth. I have to do it. It's a part of my regimen. It keeps me feeling great, and it keeps my skin feeling really good. Like I just feel overall like accomplished. So it's something that I incorporate daily. I don't miss it. And the longest I'll work out usually is about like till an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I'll do other exercises as well. So I don't always go 2 hours, but sometimes I'm just like in a good mental space, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. So it just depends. But I just feel really good, and I feel very confident, and I love working up that sweat. And like I said, I feel like, ooh, I really accomplished something today. So let's move on. Number 7, you guys have also heard me talk about this one, and this is getting sleep. So for me, being a creative, this one is kind of tough because I tend to feel really creative at the hours of like 1 and 2 and 3 in the morning. Thank goodness I'm, you know, working a part-time job and I work from home. I try to get in bed at around 10, and I try to get 8 hours of sleep. It doesn't always happen, but I try to at least prep myself to get good sleep. Now, 8 hours is not like the golden time, but a lot of people do feel pretty rested around 8 hours. But I do want to note that there are hours from 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. that are known as like the golden hours by like the medical medium talks about this, that these hours are the most healing for the body. So if you don't get any other hours of sleep throughout the day, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is like the most critical. Like as long as you get those hours of sleep, it's really good. And then if you work graveyard, or for some reason you don't get good sleep at night, then you would do 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So sometimes if I don't get good sleep during the night, then I'll try to take like a nap between those hours, and I actually have tried it and I feel really good after I take that nap during those hours of the day. So getting sleep is super imperative because it's a time that our body can actually relax and just focus on healing. And when you don't get a lot of sleep, and I know us creatives, this is really hard, but it's really not good on the body. And I know too, those of you that may suffer with, you know, insomnia, just try your best, like I said, to get at least some hours, even if you can get some in the daytime if you're working late at night. So that was really like beneficial for me, and it is beneficial for me as far as especially anxiety goes, or even like all of like the health issues I had in the past. I noticed when I get a lot of sleep, I never had any issues. But the days that I didn't get sleep, I always felt really sick or not really well the next day. So that's number, I think, 7. So let's check out number 8. Number 8, this one's simple. You guys have heard me talk about this a lot. Obviously, like a healthy diet, right? Like, so eating lots of fruits and vegetables. I've been plant-based for January, it'll be 3 years, but I've been plant-based all that time, and it's really helped it's changed my whole life. You guys know this because I talk about it all the time if you follow me on social media. Like, it really changed my mindset. It changed me spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, just everything. I feel like a whole new person. But I mean, of course, not everybody's vegan or plant-based, and I totally understand that, because I remember back in the days people trying to tell me like to go vegan or try this, and I was just like, no, whatever I'm doing is working for me. You know, so I get it, but it's definitely something that I think that, like I said, if you're not plant-based, just make sure you try to get as much fruit. Fruit is the king of foods. So try to get as much fruit as you can, especially in the winter times, because we don't really have an abundance of fresh fruit. So, you know, fruit, but also vegetables are great too. Vegetables have a lot of vitamins and minerals as well. But the fruit is the most detoxing in the body. So, and herbs, you know, so try to get those foods in the body because it helps kill the viral load and the bacterial load in the body. All fruits are antiviral, and vegetables, they're all really good for you. So try to bulk up on those as well, because especially raw foods and fruits, they have an electric energy that was made for our body. And what I mean by that is, I don't know how to explain this, but for example, when I was in a really depressive state, when I was going through my skin issues, it got really dark, like really dark. And I hit some really low lows, and I noticed when I would eat cooked food, and I know this is gonna sound really weird, but those of you that have experienced this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Experimented, I should say, with raw foods or cooked foods, you'll definitely notice a difference. Because with me, when I would eat like lighter fruits and vegetables that were raw, I felt more higher energy wise and mentally wise, like as far as like I was in a very good state. As soon as like if I was in a depressive mode, as soon as I would eat some cooked food or something really heavy, I felt the emotions just like crash down on me. And I know that sounds really weird, but you don't understand until you've experienced it. So definitely try that out. Like there's certain fruits that are really good, and if you believe in energy, you'll understand, because foods that are like overly cooked don't have the electric energy that foods that are raw do. But I noticed like grapes, melons, mangoes were like my favorite. They're not in season right now, but those are like literally my favorite to eat. But yeah, so those are, I would say those are like my best tips for you guys. As I mentioned, like I said, these are things that I have kind of like started doing, and I keep them in my life daily. Like I said, I do the celery juice every day, I work out every day, I write every day, I meditate every day. And you know, I know a lot of you guys don't have time to do those things, but you'll notice when you make these little changes slowly at a time, how much it adds to the quality of your life. So I definitely recommend really, you know, trying some of these things. And even if you're just somebody that has anxiety and you're like, what can I do for the anxiety, just at least try the lemon balm and the celery juice. I know people that have just tried those and like, oh my gosh, that helped me so much, thank you so much. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, share that with you guys, because the truth is a lot of people go around acting like everything is just all great, but a lot of us are really dealing with stuff. You know, there's this thing called life where things happen and we experience things that other people experience too, but a lot of us don't talk about it because we're putting on this facade as though our lives are just perfect, and that's not true. So I just want to be completely honest and open and share that with you guys, because I know it's helped me so much, and if it's helped me, I don't want anybody feeling the way that I did or I had when I was, you know, in a depressive state or dealing with anxiety and kind of just lost as of what to do. Because the truth is, any type of medication that you're putting in your body is going to cause more issues down the line. So it may make you feel all happy and go lucky in the moment, but the truth is down the line it's chemicals going into your body that your body's going to have to detox, that also causes some type of stress on different organs. So yeah, that's really all I have to say today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I've been away for a while. I'm gonna try to get back into it. It's just kind of a lot of work setting up and just actually doing it and prepping for it. So I'm working on it, trying to get better. Anyways, I love you guys and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh my gosh, I'm like sweating, like dripping sweat. Oh my gosh. This light is hot and it's like really hot in my room. Oh my goodness. Good thing you can't really tell.